What's happening, guys? In this video we will discuss something that's kind of, I don't know if it's a hot topic anymore, but it's something that I do, and I've seen quite a bit of subject matter on it, and so I just wanted to talk about it because it's something I do regularly, and that subject is fasted cardio. Alright, let's get into it. Fasted cardio, yes or no? All I can discuss really, I'm going to talk about, I'm not going to get super science on this, okay? I'm not going to go deep into like studies and all that stuff. I mean, I'll bring up a few things, but ultimately it's a divided subject, all right? And that said, I'm just going to discuss my take on it and my take is based on my experience doing it, my experience with fasted cardio. How I got into fasted cardio was about 2 years ago. My wife and I were turning 40, and my wife was dealing with a lot of issues, emotional, medical issues, depression and stuff like that, and serious weight gain she had been dealing with for years. And so she finally decided to make a change. She tried fasting, and she lost a significant amount of weight doing that, so I decided to go do that with her. So we went into an intermittent fasting program. She initially did like a 7-day fast to kind of clean things up, and she lost quite a bit of weight doing that, and then it was easy for her to adopt an intermittent fasting window. I just followed suit and went into an intermittent fasting window. I did it because turning 40, my concern was low T, hormones and stuff like that, and I just wanted to clean things up. And then as I did research, I started to understand more about autophagy and all the benefits of intermittent fasting. So I wanted all those benefits. I wanted to gain those benefits as I was getting older and I was going to be losing testosterone and stuff like that. And I just wanted to make sure that I kept my production up, and that my body, as far as vague anti-aging aspects of intermittent fasting. Anyway, we adopted a 16-8 window. There were times that we did go as far as a 20 and 4 intermittent fasting window, and then for a time I did do a OMAD where I did one meal a day. My wife, over time, exercise and fasting, lost 80 plus pounds. I lost weight as well, but I did not like how small I got. And so I ended up increasing my calorie intake on the times that I was eating to get my mass back. All that is to give you some background as to how we got into fasted cardio. Now, through the intermittent fasting, we discovered fasted cardio as far as getting up early in the morning, and we were still in our fasting window because we follow an 11 to 7 window. We eat from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We eat 3 meals in that window. So from 7 to 11 a.m. we don't eat. So some of our workouts were in the morning, and so we had to work out fasted. Initially, when I looked into fasted cardio, it was presented as a way to burn additional body fat. So we did it for that reason as well. Why not, right? So initially, it was really hard because I was used to always having food in my stomach. For decades, I've been told to make sure I had calories in my system before working out, to where I'd almost, I'd have that full feeling while I worked out. And I didn't always like that, but that was how I was taught. So I always ate or took in some kind of calories or a shake, a banana, something before workout. So initially, I did get headaches. I did feel nausea. That might be some low blood sugar. I don't know, but it was hard at first, working out with nothing in my system. And so I did struggle a little bit. I did feel weaker, and then I started to wonder if it was in my head, but I felt weaker and that I couldn't push as hard. But that didn't last very long. A week or two into it, I started to adjust to not having calories in my system, and I actually got stronger, and I was able to push just as hard as when I had calories. So over time, I did not see a difference in my workouts as far as losing any strength and losing intensity. So yes, over time, I got back to the same strength and intensity that I had before when I worked out. So all my workouts were exactly the same, no better, no worse. But initially they were worse. My body had to get accustomed to training fasted. That said, what I believe happened is one of the pros of fasted cardio is my body became very efficient at using the energy that was, working on minimal energy or just working on what was in my system. And I loved it personally because I hated that full feeling, or like you're burping up whatever you ate before, or it just didn't like that full feeling while I was working out. So I prefer training without any food in my system now. So the basic logic that I was following was that because I was fasting overnight and I hadn't eaten since 7 p.m., my body was burning through all the calories from the day before. And then training fasted was getting rid of those additional calories, or the remainder of those calories from the day before. And so after it was done with all those calories, then my body was gonna burn fat, switch over to burning more fat. And so it's a very basic logic to using fasted cardio. And there has been research that the body can burn, that showed that the body would burn more fat if it didn't have any circulating nutrients or calories to pull from for energy. So I think one study said, they burned an additional 20%, people who were doing fasted cardio, excuse me. But there have been, proof on the other side that's not the case. Also, on the other side, it's been proven that the body doesn't particularly burn fat necessarily. It could burn muscle tissue or break down the proteins that maintain your muscle tissue, because the body is just going to grab energy from wherever it can. So there's no guarantee that it's going to burn body fat. It may burn muscle tissue. And like I said, I'd lost a bit of mass during that time. I mean, I was able to maintain it, and I just got super lean, but I wanted to, I wanted to get back to a previous physique. So I chose to just increase my calorie intake. I still do fasted cardio. I was just ingesting a few more. I was ingesting more calories during my eating window. Another positive thing that people follow is what I said before. What I like about it is my body has become very efficient as working with minimal fuel. With barely any fuel or calories in my system, I don't need to have a meal to have a great workout, to have the intensity that I need to push through intense training sessions. Because my body is efficient at training with fasted cardio, or fasted training, excuse me. And of course, one of the great benefits I love is just no full stomach. I've already mentioned that. I hate training when I feel like I have a full stomach. As far as the breakdown of muscle tissue is one of the cons. People have said that they get weaker or they have decreased energy. And I mentioned that. Yes, initially you will feel weaker and you will have decreased energy. But I felt those things for a very short period. And then now I've been 2 years into fasted cardio and I don't have any of those issues. But yes, initially you will have those issues, but in my experience, they don't sustain. Other concerns are low blood sugar. It may increase cortisol. That's something that's out there because when your body doesn't have the calories to pull from and you're putting high stress on it from training, that you may increase cortisol production. That's a may, that's not a definite. And the last thing on the con side is there's no guarantee of increased weight loss. And there really isn't. But at this point, when it comes to fasted training, fasted cardio, evidence is mixed. It comes down to your personal preference and goals. I have benefited from fasted training. I see the benefits in the way I'm able to train. I've seen it in my physique. I've seen it in my weight loss. Although, maybe it's not the fasted cardio that's doing my weight loss, it's the intermittent fasting along with the type of training I'm doing. So I'm willing to accept that. But I have come to terms with the fact that I just prefer it. And I still do it. I'm 2 years into fasted training, my wife and I, and we do it every day, every morning. So if you're considering it, if you try it, don't just toss it aside in the first few days. If you've been training for a while or even for a small amount of time, you have to understand that you have to give things at least 2 weeks to 30 days to see if it really produces something for you or if it benefits you somehow. All right? So I say if you're gonna try it, give it a couple weeks at least, and then see if it benefits you as far as the things that I like about it. No full stomach, efficient, being efficient with low fuel and so forth. Or if you're just worried about all the other things, or it's just not something you're interested in, then yes, feel free to continue to ingest calories prior to your workout. That is an option. So At this time, what I put this video together to say is, through my personal experiences, I prefer fasted training or fasted cardio. So in conclusion, that's my 2 cents. I'm all for it just because of the way it makes me feel and the way it helps me in my training sessions. Okay? That's all for this video. Keep fighting for fit, no excuses, and I will see you guys in the next video.